Hello and welcome everyone. This is Miranda's Crafter, and tonight what I want to do is I want to do a little speculation video. I want to preface this whole thing by saying that this is just my guesses and my thoughts. I have no information from Wildcard. I have no information from anyone that works at Wildcard. I don't work at Wildcard. So this is all just speculation. So please understand that, and don't feel like this is information that I found somewhere or a little juicy nugget. I'm just going to do a speculation on when I think the console release will happen. So if that sounds interesting to you, please remember to like and subscribe and help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. I'm very close and I could really use your help. Anyway, so tonight and for the last week really, since the release of Ark Survival Ascended on October the 26th, it was like midnight my time that it released. I've been playing it non-stop. I've put in like 120 hours or something like that so far, and I think I'm in a pretty good position to say what I feel about the game, because I've been playing the crap out of it really. So I know how it's been and what the server stability's been like, and the bugs and the glitches that we've seen, and the bad things and the good things, and so I think it's in a really good place. One of the things that Dolly did state when the release happened was that they just needed to focus on the PC players first so that they could get a lot of these issues hammered out and patched out. They were going to use the PC players as a guinea pig. The console players, unfortunately, were delayed until sometime in November, is all we've really been told. We haven't been given any hints. We haven't been given any dates. But one of the issues that stopped them from releasing the console version was they found some kind of issue with multiplayer. And if you know anything about the development of this game, you know that that was one of its main features that was been touted, that console players and Microsoft PC players and Steam players would all be able to play together. So obviously if there was an issue with multiplayer, then that's a big deal. And that caused them to delay the release on console. Honestly, my personal opinion, I think they just went ahead and threw that Steam release out there so they wouldn't be in breach of contract with the loan they have with Marbus and Nitredo. But that's just personal opinion. I have never seen any of the devs make that statement or anything like that. And also so that they could use the Steam players as kind of a QA test group to be able to get their main group of players, which is console, ready for launch. I mean, anybody that knows the behind the scenes knows the numbers, and the numbers are way overwhelming on the console side of things. The players that are there versus the PC players versus the private server players. That's the biggest group. So they had to make sure they got that right for them, and they're using the Steam players as a test bed basically. So what I think is going to happen, I'm finally going to get to that point. Sorry I rambled on to get to this point. But I think that this Friday is going to be a really important day. I think Friday is going to be a very heavy community crunch with a lot of information and an announcement. And I think the announcement is going to be that Ark Survival Ascended will launch for consoles so that they can have them in there on Saturday. Saturday is a day that there's a couple things going on. Saturday would be the day after the community crunch, so if all things go like it did for the Steam release, it's going to need some hours to get prepped and get launched and get going, because like for us it took a few hours into the release to be able to get on the servers and stay on the servers for the minute, because everything was so crazy. But also what Saturday's got going for it is Saturday is the Extra Life charity gaming event. Wildcard has always been a staunch supporter of the Extra Life charity event. They've usually always done it on the day that Extra Life charity designates as its gaming day. and that is going to be Saturday the 4th. Now, on the Extra Life charity website, it does state that a company can do it whatever day is good for them, but I think Arc Wildcard is going to go ahead and stick with what they've done in the past and do their charity stream on game day, because it's just more publicity, more eyes on their project, more ability to meet their goal that they have set for the charity. And they're very serious about this. They've done this for years. They've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for this charity. So, I mean, this is a big deal for Wildcard. This is always a super special time of year. It's an issue that's very close to my heart because it allows these gaming companies and these streamers and everybody to donate money to help kids that are battling serious issues in their life and are struggling to stay alive. So that's always a big deal for me. I really appreciate this charity event for sure, because children have always had a special place in my heart, and seeing one suffering is just very hard to deal with. I want to see them be able to have what they need to survive and live a good life. And I've ragged on Wildcard for a lot of things. They've made a lot of mistakes in the past. They've disappointed me many times with failed release dates and all that kind of stuff. But the product that they have is awesome. I'm totally in love with it. I always have been. I've always said that even though Wildcard fails in a lot of ways, they've made the best game I've ever seen in my life. So I give them kudos for that. But one of the things that I always really appreciate about Wildcard is their dedication to the Extra Life event. Now, one of the reasons why I think that they're going to go ahead and let console players in on Saturday, that day, which is the 4th, is because there's also something that Wildcard always does, and that is the boosted rates during the Extra Life event. For a game like this, this is just made for a charity event like that, because what they can do is they can boost the rates every time they meet a milestone. A certain amount of money they can, okay, let's increase the rates another times. Now we're 4 times, now we're 5 times. If you guys donate this much, now we're 6 times for the boosted XP, boosted resource gathering, hopefully breeding and taming and that kind of stuff. That's amazing. And in the past years, we've had the possibility to get up to times 12 rates. And that's a very big deal for ARC players, because that's an opportunity that only comes around once a year. And at the release of a game with new servers opening up, that's huge. So if they don't let the console players in at that time to take advantage of those rates, and the PC players get to take advantage of those rates, and only the PC players, can you imagine the disappointment that the console players will have for that? And I feel you. I'm right there with you. I'm a PC Steam player primarily, so luckily I have been able to get in, and I've put in over 100 hours in the game so far since release. But can you imagine the pain that the console players will feel if they cannot get in for this Extra Life event and take advantage of those rates? That would be so horrible. And I just can't see Wildcard wanting to do that, because I believe that they want the players to be happy. So I can only see them wanting to allow them in for that event, because there's only one thing that's kind of puzzling me about this whole situation, and that is the crossplay server issue. Right now, if you look at the server list, they're just designated as North America, EU, Oceanic, Asia, and they're just designated as PvP or PvE, or small tribes. They don't say nothing about crossplay servers. So when the console people actually are able to get in game, are they going to drop a bunch of console only and crossplay servers at that time, and anybody that wants to play with those console people on those servers has to leave the server they're on and go to those and start over? Is that going to be how it works? Or are some of these servers that are on the list now magically going to transform into crossplay servers, or are they all crossplay servers? I don't know how to answer that question, and I've never seen them give an answer on that, but that's a big deal, because for us as PC players, we don't really know whether we've made a good choice on the servers that we're on right now or not. because we don't know how that's going to play out. Now, if the console players don't get in at the boosted rates for the Extra Life event, and then later on down the road they open up console, crossplay servers later, then I guess everybody would start off on an even keel if the PC players wanted to stop what they're doing and go to those servers instead so they can play with their console friends. But how's that going to work? I mean, that's something to seriously think about. Because right now, one of the things that's really causing me to think that the release announcement will come tomorrow on the Community Crunch is that Extra Life event and those boosted rates. I just cannot see Wildcard not allowing those console players to get involved in that, because that is so unfair. And they know that, and that's kind of why I'm feeling the way I do about this. So I tell you what, that was just speculation, but that's the way I'm feeling. I may be wrong, I may be right, I don't know. I've been kind of 50-50 on my prediction videos at the first release date announcement. I got about half of it right and most of it wrong. So I don't got a great track record on picking dates, but I just knew it when I said it. I knew it, and this time I just feel it too. I just know that this is going to be the way it's going to work out. Like I said, though, I don't have any information from anyone, so please just understand that this is speculation, and it's not clickbait. It's totally marked up front as speculation on a release date for console players. So if you found this video informative, and hopefully you have some ideas you want to share about your thoughts about what you think and how it's going to work out, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to interact with you about this topic, because this is a situation where we're only going to get this one chance to really speculate on this, because once it releases, it's done and it's on. We're all in the game and we're playing for real, and we'll never get this opportunity again unless we have the opportunity to speculate on other map drops. That would be the only way it would really happen. But for a full release of Ark Survival Ascended, that's my prediction. So let me know what you think, and I appreciate you being here to watch my content. I really appreciate you coming to my channel, and I hope you have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll be playing in Ark Survival Ascended with our console brothers and sisters. Oh yeah!